Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I figured in this video I would address basically the elephant in the room. I know you guys probably are wondering where the hell I've been, how I've been, all that kind of stuff, because my content has been very, I guess, scarce, and it's been just really piss poor quality as far as what I usually do and what you guys have seen in the past couple years when I was really trying to push the channel as far as my guitar covers and just videos where I'm talking to you guys and all that kind of stuff. And I know that shit has basically dried up, disappeared. Well, there's a reason for all of this, and I'm gonna explain everything in this video to you guys as much as I possibly can. I mean, there's gonna be a lot over the course of time to continue to go over with you guys as I improve my health, because that's what this video is about. I have a current health situation that I am addressing, and I just want to basically bring you guys up to date with what's going on with me, because I've been pretty much dormant. I've been living under a rock, and I think it'd be very fair to you guys to know what's going on. So that's what this video is going to be about. So I guess I could start from recent events. I mean, within the past 6-7 months, I have not felt like myself at all. It's just been a slow, I guess, progression towards just bottoming out as far as the way I feel, and just being aware that things are not right. I'm always depressed, always fatigued, short-term memory loss, difficulty like paying attention and retaining information. My sleep has been greatly disturbed. I've had sleep problems pretty much my whole life, but it's just gotten worse as within the past 6 months to a couple of years. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that when I was competing and getting ready for contests, each time that I had to bounce back out of a diet, I can remember, as I think back to it, just never quite felt the same, or it started to get even more difficult after I bounced out of probably the most recent contest, probably the last 2 or 3 that I did. And I've done 6 shows total, but I've dieted very strict, very hard for long periods of time, 7 different times. And this last one was definitely the hardest prep when I got my natural pro card in 2017. That was a 27-week prep, and that just, I think that's what really did me in. But I kept, the way I was feeling and things like that, I kept blaming it on the weather, just other things. The world is not such a great place right now, and just blaming it on other things, just thinking it's nothing, it'll pass over, I'll start doing better. But I mean, everything's gotten so worse to where it's like none of this is normal. I mean, even when I was going fishing and hunting with my dad, there was a lot of mornings where I would end up sleeping in. I just couldn't get up. I couldn't get out of bed. A lot of that was my disturbance of sleep, trying to get sleep, where I would go to bed, my body would be tired, but I just could not shut off and relax and go to sleep. And maybe if I did fall asleep, it was a short period of time, half hour, hour at the most. And I would wake right back up, and I couldn't go back to sleep. And then I'd end up sleeping like the whole day away. So a combination of all these different things, for the first time in 25 years, so 25 years ago when I was 12 years old, 8th grade, was the last time I got my blood work done. And like, I've always been afraid of needles, afraid of doctors, afraid of the sight of blood. Like, you would think me being a metal player and being in a death metal and all this kind of stuff that, I would be able to overlook that kind of shit. But I've always had a really weak stomach with all that stuff. So I always stayed away from the doctor. And I pretty much told myself throughout the course of my life, which is up to, today, current events, that unless I thought absolutely something was wrong with me, that was when I was gonna take matters into my own hands and see what the problem is. So I did have my blood work done a few Fridays ago, and that was the beginning of February. I think we're like almost a little bit past the middle of February now. So 3 weeks ago, I had my blood work done. I went to a Walgreens, and it wasn't a pretty sight. I mean, when I got in there, that was the first thing I told the lady. I said, "Listen, I have not had my blood work done or seen a doctor, any of that kind of stuff. It's been 25 years. And she had this like puzzled look on her face. I said, "I'm afraid of needles. I'm afraid of the unknown. Like, if there's something wrong with me, I pretty much don't want to hear any bad news." I mean, who wants to ever hear bad news if they got some issues with their health? but it's pushed me so far to this point to where I feel like I needed some answers. So she said, no problem, I'll take care of you. I've been doing this 30 years. Well, I was already like freaking out in my head about this. I'm like, God, am I going to pass out again? You know, because that's what happened when I was 12 years old. I passed out and I woke up and there were like 15 people standing around me, and that was pretty embarrassing. But I hear there's some people out there that have the same issue I do. But so whatever, she straps the thing on my freaking bicep, and it's like, oh damn, you got some forearms. That was kind of funny, but like that didn't calm me down whatsoever. I know she was trying to be humorous and stuff, but it was too late. I was already freaking out. I saw it and like I jumped back, and then I was actually trying to get out of the chair, and she's like, relax, relax, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. So finally, I had a little quick pep talk myself. I said, just get this shit out of the way. You're gonna need this information. So I held my arm out. I looked away. I said, just do it, just do it. And I started getting dizzy already. And then she did it, and it ended up feeling like, I remember when I was younger, I thought it hurt like 10 times worse than that, or actually hurt, period, because when she did it, I didn't feel nothing, but that thought was already freaking me out, and I started getting lightheaded, and then I said, that's it. And then after that, I woke up, and the two ladies were picking me up out of the chair because I was almost on the ground. I started sliding out of the chair, and they lifted me back up in the chair, and I had to sit there, and I was trying to like catch my breath because the anxiety and just how tense I got was just so great that it was actually closing up my windpipe and I couldn't breathe. So after about 10 or 15 minutes, I started to feel okay. I came back to life, so to speak. And the lady told me, she's like, I gotta walk you up to the counter. You gotta buy some orange juice, and you just gotta drink it in front of me before I can let you go, just to make sure you're okay. Because I was as white as a freaking ghost. And so I did that. I went outside. I sat in my truck. I warmed it up. I sat there for a good 20 minutes, half hour before I started driving. I called my dad. I told him what happened, and because he's concerned, obviously, about me too. And he kind of chuckled a little bit because he knew how much of a little pussy I am when it comes to all that stuff. But so we had a little laugh, and I told him what's going on, what I'm doing as far as getting this procedure, like just everything to start feeling normal again, or try to get some answers. So fast forward a few days later, I end up getting my blood work done, or I get it back. So I'm going to share some screenshots with you guys so you can see what's going on for yourself. You can see, what my blood panel looks like. So I got some issues with my thyroid. So I'm on a medication for that. My testosterone ended up to be, so my total testosterone was, as far as numbers go, they were okay. But my free testosterone was the one that was pretty damn low. And I think the reason I'm in this boat is just because of all the times that I've dieted for shows. I tried to bounce back out. When you're trying to do this drug-free, I've heard of people that have had some repercussions from that, to where they end up, depending on how many shows they do, how they recover, this and that, how long they diet for, just whatever. The level of wear and tear is going to be different on everybody. And for me, this is what I think did me in. This was the final nail in the coffin. But there's actually other people out there that have competed, and they're on HRT for the rest of their life. They screwed themselves up. So I may very well may be one of those people, because now that's what I have to do. So as of yesterday, which is the 18th of February, I had to go on testosterone as well, just to bring my levels back up, because I can't go on like this anymore. The level of fatigue and depression, just unenthusiasm, the shit going on with my brain, just my overall quality of life has been so jeopardized, and I just can't go on like this anymore. So I took matters in my own hands. I did what I had to do. So now I'm on testosterone and I'm on thyroid medication, just to try to get me to level back out and be able to function like a normal human being, because I couldn't do this anymore. And I'm really glad I got my blood work done, because it answered all these questions that I would not have known. I don't know how much longer I could have went on like this. So yeah, this is what I have to do now for probably the rest of my life. I have to be on this thyroid medication, at least that. And then I don't know how long I got to be on testosterone for, but I had to do it. I had to just make things right. And obviously you guys are going to see, as I start making content, my enthusiasm and everything should should pretty much come back. You'll see the content that I enjoyed making. This depression, I'll probably walk myself right out of all this, and the content will just get better again, like I want it to. I mean, I miss all this shit, I really do. But just so many days of barely being able to get out of bed, it would take like a half hour just to get moving. Like my feet hit the ground and I just slow as shit, run down. Just never wanted to do anything. I was like a beating heart and just like no soul, I guess, is what I could say, because it was miserable. I don't know if anybody else has gone through this and then they had to fix their problems, but yeah, it's just total misery, and this has been going on for a long time, but it's just got so much worse within, the past 6 months. I couldn't take it anymore. So I'm in the process of fixing it. I know this shit's only been in my system for like a little over a day. It's going to take a little bit, but a lot of the weight that I already had, as far as what was weighing me down, that was making me even more, I guess, anxious and just like stressed out from everything, was telling my dad about what I had to do. My dad's totally cool with it. He took it a lot better than I thought, because my dad's everything to me. He's my biggest inspiration, and we do everything together. We hunt and fish. I try to spend as much time as possible with my dad. He moved away, so he's a little bit further. It's a little bit harder to see him now, but if my dad's not okay with shit, I'm not okay with stuff. So that was very important to me that he took that good. And yeah, as far as weight lifted off of me, so that's out of the way. And then obviously making this video, because I never thought in a million years that I would have to make this video, or like I'd be one of these people going through this problem. But it is a real situation, and yeah, I'm not the only one who goes through this. It was just after I competed, the last show I did, when I got that pro card, I felt invincible. I mean, after like a year, 2 years, I started to get pretty overconfident, pretty arrogant with it. I was like, man, I'm such a badass. Like, I ended up accomplishing something that very few people can ever talk about. I mean, how many people have ever trained as long as I have and never even crossed that line as far as taking the drugs and all that? And then, like, most people that get into bodybuilding too, they want bigger and better. But to me, that was totally going against the whole concept of being healthy and having a healthy lifestyle, because that's totally not it. I used to make fun of guys that took steroids, and I was starting to put them down for a while. After I got that pro card, like I say, I got very arrogant with it. I know I did, and it's almost like this is coming back to bite me in the ass, in a weird kind of way. But I mean, this is a real problem, and I did what I had to do to fix it. So I just figured I'd share this video with you guys, and then I think what I could do too, if you guys are interested, because this is all brand new to me. Yeah, 23 plus years completely drug free, never took any fat burners, even like over the counter stuff, those SARMs and all that crap that these young kids take and they try to push on people. None of that stuff ever. Always did everything, like all this muscle mass that I built as far as a bodybuilding perspective, the way I look, has all been 100% done by me. It's all hard work and pure heart. And now, I got to do this. So this is going to be, I mean, it's going to be noticeable. You guys are going to see, according to this specialist that I've been working with, he told me, since this is the first time it's a completely clean body that this testosterone is going into, the little bit that I am taking, I should put on at least 10 or 15 pounds. So that's like a added perk as far as, yeah, I'm going to feel better. I'm going to have a much higher quality of life, but obviously the side effect is more muscle mass. So I can share that with you guys too, on top of the way I'm feeling and everything. And yeah, that would have been completely noticeable. And I'm, like I always told you guys too, when you come to my channel, 100% transparent. I don't bullshit nobody, So yeah, I just want to share all this information with you guys. I think this will be a good series of videos. If you guys want to see anything like that, the way I'm feeling and everything like that, just drop it in the comments, and I'll do what I can to, answer some of your questions. And if you guys had to do the same thing too, I'd like to read your stories and see like how you feel and how you went about everything. And it's always good to, read some of the comments and see what you guys have to say. I mean, for a while there though, guys probably noticed too that I disappeared from the comments section too, because I just like my depression got on such a high level. I just didn't want to be. I didn't want to interact with anybody. I didn't want to be around even in the outside world. When I go to the gym and stuff, it's like very, very low interactions with people. Just didn't want, just miserable. I didn't want to be around anybody. I had nothing good to say. And yeah, I'm totally reversing all that. So yeah, I appreciate you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll have some more content on the way as I start to feel better and everything. Enjoy these hobbies again, you know, to the fullest capacity, and just be full life again. I'm really, really excited about it. Like, this is the next chapter of my life. You know, I had a hell of a legacy as a natural bodybuilder, but it's just, as far as the way I was feeling, it was definitely a health concern, and I had to do what I had to do to fix it. So again, I appreciate you guys as always watching. You guys take care. Have a good one.